everyone. No, I have a train thought me, God darn it. You know, my content about us. You know what's the train of thought for me? Today's currently February 12th, 2026. My content is not for everyone. Loving yourself is not a crime. To the genuine ones, I truly hope all is well in your end, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone did not love you, respect you, or protect you, or meet you halfway, or pour into you. When you're not saying can't wait for your actions, you don't run from your past, and it's just different. You're mad and you're worthy. Never get discouraged because someone preying on your downfall or someone doesn't see you are worthy. No, I haven't tricked on me. Don't give up on yourself. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. It's not a crime to be authentic. You know, when it stepping out on your comfort zone when it comes to change. That fear wasn't part of your vocabulary when it came to time and day. You know, the reflection of yourself when you understood that, hold on 1 second, motivation is different when you act in your body weight. You outgrew certain norms when it comes to certain chapters. Only was, hold on 1 second, God restored you for all the right reasons when it comes to your vision. Hold on 1 second, that was self-reflecting, finding peace within, balance and hope. Understanding faith is different when it comes to your potential. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view going into your adulthood. Getting discouraged wasn't part of your vocabulary. Even with shakes and dudes praying on your downfall from hold on 1 second, Monday through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even just because moments, but God was showing you while God was fixing your crown. That energy is different when certain folks, they want you to see you smile. But you understood unconditional love started within. You know, loving yourself to better yourself. You wasn't trying to have the mindset of living in fear where you understood that God was stepping for you when your heavenly mother, Father God, never overlooked you when it comes to your growth. You are worthy. You matter. Never get discouraged. And I say that respectfully because someone didn't know how to respect you. No, I haven't shake on me. Never give up for yourself when someone praying on your downfall. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless of praying to my downfall, and I say it respectfully. Entertainment purposes only. No, ever trade off of me, goddammit. Today is currently, February 12th, 2026, and my content, everybody, and that's okay. No, ever trade it off of me. Entertainment purposes only. No, ever trade off of me, goddammit. You've been minding your business within minding your business, or whatever the case may be. You know, you sitting at the dinner table, you put a name in your book when your family, and having an outing or whatever the case may be. And your mother and your father may not be together. No, ever trade over me. Entertainment purposes only. Infiltrated over me. You sitting there with this sitting there, your parent or whatever the case may be, your mother, your father, your guardian, you put a name in your motherfucking book. This motherfucker get a fucking phone call down from the motherfucking jailhouse and shit. Would you mind accepting this call? Ever trained on me? What the fuck you want, motherfucker? I don't talk to your stupid ass. I was child an adult now. Hello. Ever trained over me? Only to find out this motherfucker trying to get someone to be on the same page with them. Can you come bail me out? No, ever trade though. I mean, what would you call at unreasonable hours of the day at the end of the day when it comes to lack of self-control? Ever trade don't be we don't fuck with you like that. Hello. This dumbass at the end of the day starts to explain. They just locked me up or whatever the case may be, and I'm just trying to be on the same page or whatever the case may be. I'm just trying to get out to do better or whatever the case may be. You got that one parent that's petty as fuck. They don't give a fuck why you in jail because you put yourself there. Have the trait on me. But can you explain? No, have the trait on me. This kind of interesting. Why you in there, bitch? I can't explain. You know when you have that one guardian that goes on Google search quick and fast to look up your dumb ass? Hitler trained over me. Oh. Ever straight on me. So embarrassing. You mean to tell me you gotta stop for prostitution? Oh, Ever straight on me. You wasn't the prostitute, you was paying for pussy. Ever straight on me, you was paying for the play. Oh, Ever straight on me. When you have that one guardian that's trying to be mature and they trying to break the news to you, whatever the case may be, but they so petty. Ever straight on me. I'm trying to be an adult right now, but look at the documents, how they got this motherfucking docket. Oh. Infiltrate don't be such a senseless wasted. My content is not for everyone. Entertainment purposes only. And I say that respectfully. Today is currently February 12th, 2026, and it's currently 10:21 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life or who's trying to blackmail me against me or who has malicious intentions or preying on my downfall, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I always have since day one. I am far from a hater. We don't pray the same, but I know how to respect my neighbor. It's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself with no misintentions. It's currently 10:21 p.m., and it's currently 5:43 seconds into this video, and it's February 12th, 2026, and it's 10 people currently watching right now. My content is not for everyone. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life or who has malicious intentions towards me at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and I do not live in fear. And I say that respectfully regardless of praying on my downfall. Always be yourself on just entertainment purpose only. No, ever tricked on me, goddammit. You ever been minding your business with the mind of your business? You ever realize that you decide to sign up for gym membership, do a little workout at home or whatever the case may be? No, ever tricked off me. When you were first beginning, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't give a fuck if you're a man or a female today. You should not be rushing to do nobody motherfucking push-up. Hello, what the fuck wrong with your stupid ass? Ever trained off me. You need to start off real light, stretching. No, ever trained off me. How the fuck you forget to stretch before you go and directly into the motherfucking workout? Make it make sense. All bent out of shape and shit. And when you first start working out and shit, you know what thing you need to avoid? No, for real, the frog jump. Ever trained on me. Who the fuck told you to be jumping like that? Hurting yourself and shit. You didn't sign up for that bullshit. This sort of changing mental health. No, for real. You didn't sign up when it comes to your digestive system. Say, you know what? I think I might working out a different day. Matter of fact, maybe another year. Don't ever trained on me because I ain't got time for this bullshit. When it fall off, it fucking just fall the fuck off. I just continue to pray. Ask God for strength. Allow. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless to who's praying on my downfall, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I would never hurt my neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, with no misintentions. No, I have to trade on me, regardless who try to antagonize me or whatever the case may be. I don't got time for that weird shit. Hello. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was more so just because moments as well. When it comes to chicks and dudes, energy harvesting off your energy, when it comes to your potential, they would never understand how you actually had to, brush your shoulder off. No, have to trade off for me. Because God works his different when it comes to you didn't have to pretend, didn't have to worship the devil. Hold on one second. Little have malicious intentions. When you understood how to understand maturity is different, wasn't running from your reflection when it comes to your past, taking accountability for your action, they would never understand how you truly stepping. How when you become your best self vision of yourself, regardless of your tax bracket, when it comes to hold on one second, we are different, folks. How chicks and dudes will try to energy harvest off your energy, try to drain you like a vampire at the end of the day, all because you believe in faith when you understood hope to go within. How they try to cast illusion, spell work to try to discourage you, try to rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially, only was to hold on one second, you fall from bent out of shape when they was trying to catch a case. It's a shit of thought for me because we live in a spiritual world. You've been dealing with your warfare from a child point of view going into your adulthood. They would never understand that, hold on one second, God allowed you to hell. It was never for likes. If he's a cloud chasing on fame, when you on God's time at the end, that we all don't pray the same. It'd be a train of thought for me. How they would never understand it was far from in between. Because when it came to that Bible scripture, they would never understand that actions spoke louder than words. You didn't have to have malicious intentions when someone truly had an issue. But it was one-sided because they didn't know how to communicate. They was hurting themselves with their vocabulary because they understood that you believed in your faith. They tried to discourage you, try to ruin your mental health, all because you understood to better yourself. You ain't got to say someone's name when it comes to participating. Hold on one second. You ain't have to be part of the hate train. It's a thought for me. How you been dealing with jealousy, envy, and insecurity, folks, since a child point of view going into your adulthood. They would never understand how you find balance to understand your growth. Understand that you are worthy to overcome what you've been through, not to lose yourself because someone try to make you feel discouraged because she's willing to understand self-control. I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. I would never hurt myself regardless who's praying to my downfall. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. Domestic violence. The behavior was truly a choice. Like, just like when it comes to racism, discrimination, how it's actually a choice when it comes to hate crime, gang stalking. You put a name in your book at the end of the day. It's certain chicks and dudes that would never take accountability for their actions when it comes to, hold on once again, someone trying to be woke. Certain chicks and dudes would try to discourage you all because you believe in faith when you understood God's point of view. You understood you wasn't trying to get discouraged because someone didn't know how to pour into you. Love you, respect you, or love and protect you. They didn't see it, pretend you, but who would have knew that God was truly showing you that you are worthy enough to overlook you? How chicks and dudes are trying to play on your downfall, trying to discourage you with spell in a toxic way, all because they didn't want you to smile more. Regardless if it was your past or not, monitoring spirits watching your every move when you have to get physical. The gang stalking was real when they try to strip you from your mental health when it comes to your growth, fall from static, because God will show you that you was mostly intelligent. That energy is different when it comes to your confidence. How you got chicks and dudes praying on your downfall, say that you're a crackhead, you emotional, unstable, whatever the case may be. How you a crash out, you an addict. They got so much to say that you're not who you say you are because you understood your potential. This type of stuff actually happens. They quick to say that you an addict, slow, stupid, and retarded. It be the train of thought for me when you understood that, hold on one second, I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. How chicks and dudes are plotting your downfall, try to strip you from everything, because, hold on one second, you believed in your faith. Chicks and dudes, that domestic violence situation, that hate crime, you put a name in your book. How chicks and dudes will truly monitor your every move when it comes to gang stalking. Got folks watching your every move to try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. Try to project magic and black magic, witchcraft, and voodoo, whatever the case may be, all because you understood that, hold on one second, I'm willing to elevate, to prosper. I wasn't trying to be stagnant because you don't understand self-control when it comes to, hold on one second, self-reflecting, understand your lane. Hold on one second, we don't have the same tools when it comes to unconditional love. Hold on one second, call me a fool. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. I would never hurt myself regardless of the threat in my life, and I say that respectfully. We're currently 12 minutes into this video, and it's currently one person watching me right now, and it's currently 10:28 p.m. I'm Naya, Junior of Respect, and I would never hurt myself. Today is currently February 12th, 2026. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I am not AI. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. Peace and respect to neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monday, self-love every day. Tuesday, self-control every day. Wednesday, motivation every day. Thursday, choose yourself when they overlook you. Friday, you matter, you're worthy. Saturday, hold on one second. When you fall from a hater, never get discouraged, neighbor. They gonna hate regardless. All because you understood God's knowledge. Love yourself, don't dim your light. Yeah, you matter, you're worthy. Sunday, never give up on yourself. You are the blessing, far from a curse. The intuition that you have within you. The light that shines within you that believes in your faith. Never get discouraged because someone gave up on you, didn't see your potential. You matter, you're worthy. You are my sunshine. You are my blessing. Never overlook yourself because a hater. Love yourself. Practice makes perfect. Never give up on yourself because someone is praying on your downfall. You matter, you're worthy. Domestic violence, racism, discrimination, violence, hate crime, discrimination, and gang stalking is really real. You don't have to know individuals from the gang stalk you. Hack your devices, your IP address, clone your devices, and then try to paint you to be mentally unstable. They control the activities that you do on your phone, and they try to blackmail you against you to watch your every move. They monitor your every move from point A to Z, from when you leave out your household and when you go from point A to Z. They reroute your mail, your packages. They would even act like you received it. Or they know individuals that work in certain departments to try to make you feel at the end of the day, you're not worthy of getting it. So they would throw it in the trash, or they would act like you received it when you didn't. This type of stuff actually happens. When it comes to domestic violence, hate crime, discrimination, you put a name in your book. How someone, when it comes to your past, they will have people watching your every move to try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or even project the hate crime towards you. All because, hold on one second, you decided to close the door to show up for yourself. You decided to understand elevation is different. You decided to understand self-love. Loving yourself is not a crime. No, for real, for real. When it comes to me and I creativity, we work alone, and our content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Never give up on yourself regardless if you're a content creator or you're an entrepreneur or not. Never allow someone's insecurity, jealousy, or envy stop you, or especially when individuals know people that work in certain divisions, HRA or different departments, or even people that they don't even have to know, like hackers. Never get discouraged because someone's willing to ruin your life at the end of the day and then paint you out to be mentally unstable. Never give up on yourself because the right people see you, hear you, respect you, but no malicious intentions. Loving yourself is not a crime. Stop the violence, gotta go. I'm peace. Peace and respect, self-respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. Gotta go. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Balance is different when it comes to time. They would never understand your expression when it come to pain, trauma. Hold on 1 second. You wasn't trying to overlook yourself when it come to hold on 1 second. Someone's reflection. They lack self-control when it came to discipline. They try to antagonize you all because you knew how to go within. You understood God's strategy is different. Not to hurt yourself with words when it come to your vocabulary. Regardless you got food in your fridge or not. Maybe behind a bill or two. They would never understand your conscience. How God saw you elevating you for all the right reasons. How chicks and dudes try to distract you because you want to love you. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. You want a different time zone when it comes to your spirituality. You want a different time zone when it comes to healing trauma and pain. Allowing yourself to actually change. Acknowledging your worth when it comes to being comfortable in your own skin. You got chicks and dudes praying on your downfall. Saying at the end they don't want you to smile more. How they trying to ruin your reputation all because you understood elevation is different. When it comes to hold on 1 second, God's time and they didn't have to worship the devil. They don't sell your soul. How you've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view. Going to adulthood, they would never understand. It was never hold on 1 second. No in between when it came to praying, because God would never left your side when it come to time and day. They would never understand how you truly healing. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. It's currently 17 minutes into this video, and it currently says 2 people watching. It's 10:33 p.m., and it's currently February 12th, 2026. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life or who has malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully, or regardless who's behind the scenes trying to blackmail me against me, the ones who's hacking my devices and my accounts, and I say that respectfully. I am far from a hater, and I would never stop choosing myself. There's the type of stuff that actually happens. When you call your energy back or you start to talk about certain topics when it comes to your truth at the end of the day, they swear that they energy harvesting off your energy. They swear that they got to run up on you at the end of the day, but they try to play God in your life, but God was showing you why you was truly malfunctioned at the end of the day when it comes to being stable. Regardless you come from poverty and pain, they would never understand your time and day. I may not make sense to the average person, but never lose yourself when it comes to your reflection. Find a peace with them because someone doesn't want you to elevate. This type of stuff actually happens. I do not live in fear. When you start to talk about certain topics, regardless of domestic violence, gang stalking awareness, or your life in trial and tribulation at the end of the day, an individual that has malicious intentions towards you, they swear that they energy harvesting off your energy because you're talking about a topic. No, if they didn't poke the bear, if they didn't antagonize you, disrespect you, have malicious intentions towards you at the end of the day, or try to blackmail you against you, or try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, you wouldn't have the topic to talk about. It'd be the train of thought for me. How individuals will try to blackmail you against you, all because you are different. And they may have worked out on the last person, but everybody's not the same when it comes to self-control. Individuals will pray on your downfall, say that you're mentally unstable, that you'll crash out, that you're this, that you're that. And even individuals will try to project magic towards you, send spell work, trying to confuse you, all types of stuff. And then because someone doesn't know you, they're willing to control the narrative and say that you're mentally unstable. How they would try to get you locked up or put you in the sideboard, all because you understood that, hold on 1 second, I wasn't trying to lose me because you don't understand I was my biggest cheerleader. No, ever tricked over me. You don't have to know somebody for someone to gang stalk you. And I do not live in fear, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully, regardless who's threatening my life or who has malicious intentions. And I continue to call my energy back. I am far from a hater, regardless of male, woman, child, couple, or elderly person. And I say that respectfully, regardless of their tax bracket. Regardless of your entrepreneur or a content creator, never allow someone to dim your light. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of trying to blackmail me against me or who's praying to my downfall or who has malicious intentions to disrespect me. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It says it's 3 people that's actually watching right now, and I have 2 likes, and we're 20 minutes into this video, and it's currently 10:35 p.m., and it's currently February 12th, 2026. My content is not for everyone. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. I love to talk about love. Love is rare, love is one of a kind, with the right one surely for you. No, for real. Hold on 1 second. The light that you seen, they would never understand. It was never no in between. It was the light that was within somebody. Only was you wasn't trying to short them from their dream. Allow them to feel that, hold on 1 second, it was a blessing, fall from a curse at the end of the day when someone didn't have a listen to besides to maintain a smile. Who would have knew it was the love of your life to allow you to smile? You know, someone bringing balance into your life when it comes to being peaceful. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because moments. Who would have knew that someone truly will be your equal? Someone loving you properly. Someone fixing your crown, praying for you in the most healthiest way. Fall from a fumble at the end day when it comes to a future. Someone truly showing you that God showed you something fruitful. You know, because the grass was actually green on the other side. Your passion living your reality today. Who would have knew that God would allow you to see someone valuing your time? You wasn't doing it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. Someone trying to rob you your pockets or your mental when it comes to growth. Fall from being stagnant when it comes to better days. How someone truly sees you, respects you. Even when the world's against you, they praying on your downfall. Who would have knew at the end of the day, God allowed you to see why you truly love yourself. Acknowledging your work when it comes to bettering yourself. God opens certain doors when it comes to your love. You know, self-love. Bettering your time, love. Balance, understanding maturity is different, acting your body weight, taking accountability for your action was never for likes. If you're a clout chasing or fame, they would never understand how a dream truly came true. You chose you, not to overlook you. Even when chicks and dudes try to humble you, the energy is different regardless came from poverty and pain. It allowed you to see why you continue to blossom the better days. You almost get one above the partner, but you're very so much thankful that you did because you chose you today. You chose you in the most healthiest way. You know, you chose you even when you was dealing with spiritual warfare. You chose you when you was still healing. Hold on 1 second. Certain folks can relate to your comfort zone, allowing you to feel that you are fruitful. At the end of the day, you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are worthy. Not only are worthy of your own self-love, but you are worthy of someone loving you properly. Who would have knew that you gave the love a best friend, a business partner? Everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but who would have knew that someone's trying to play mind games? You know, someone's trying to have their cake and eat it too. I may not make sense to the average person, but who would have knew that true love allow you to feel fruitful? Wow. You know, because when the right person walks into your life, they wasn't doing it for likes and views of clout chasers of fame. They didn't have to manipulate God when it came to your name. They actually knew how to respect you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even sick days. That energy is different when it comes to your confidence. You know, because true love, it allows you to see that someone can truly be loyal to you. Someone can truly be respectful to you. Someone can truly be kind to you. They ain't have malicious intent. Just hold on 1 second. They wasn't trying to shortchange you. Only was a hold on 1 second. True love allows you to heal with the right person. That allows you to see that true love was equal today. Not ever check on my consequence. Okay. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Today is currently February 12th, 2026. It's currently 3 people watching. It's 23 minutes into this video and 38 seconds, 40 seconds, and it's 10:39 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life or who's praying to my downfall, and I say it respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It was more so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. Continue to call your energy back. No negative energy when they're trying to prosper, to understand you're trying to balance pain. They would never understand it was far from a game. Taking actions, hold on 1 second, accountability for your work at the end of the day. Understand how you actually step up. They would never understand your growth is different when it's far from being stagnant. God was showing you balance regardless of turning your downfall. They would never understand your potential when you understand how to smile more. They try to energy harvest off your energy, but God restored you for every season for all the right reasons. Didn't have to worship the devil. They would never understand how God was protecting you. Even when chicks and dudes try to play God in your life, they trying to ruin your life all because you want to treat yourself right. Wasn't running from your past when it comes to taking accountability for your actions. They would never understand it was far from mind games. At the end of the day, hold on 1 second. When God was showing you why you believe in your faith, I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. And I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life or who's praying to my downfall. And I say it respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love respect. I would never hurt myself or my peers around me, regardless who's trying to antagonize me or regardless trying to blackmail me against me or who's praying to my downfall. I do not live in fear, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. and I'm far from a hater. No, ever checked on me. Always be yourself, but no molest intentions. I love to talk about love. Love is real, love is one of a kind. With the right one truly for you. Imagine understanding your mirror. That was your reflection. Understanding, hold on 1 second, what made you a believer. Your intuition. Someone fumbled you. The disrespect was loud. They had a hand problem. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. Who would have knew someone's doing it for likes and views, a cloud chasing or fame? When someone truly walked into your life to remind you, your past and your reality, that who would have knew that you understood your reflection, that you are worthy of love, healthy love at that. You know, someone respecting you when certain folks that hold on and say that you are truly whack. You're not worthy of real healthy love. It's impossible. But someone truly show at the end of the day, they ain't have to run game to get your time in day. That energy is different when it comes to your vocabulary, when it comes to your future. Who would have knew that true love wasn't going to mislead you with pain? It truly allows you to see why you believe in your faith. You believed in your faith. You know, even when you get lost in your words, the love of your life wasn't trying to kick you down because you had a speech problem, or you had a disability problem, or you had a good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, let alone a sick day. Someone didn't have to have a hand problem. Someone's really showing why you maintained your crown at the end of the day when they didn't have to get physical. Someone's trying to shortchange your pockets when it comes to communicating with you. Someone actually knew how to be at peace. Who would have knew that you two people could truly be equal? You got butterflies, but then when it comes to your stomach, only was the hold on 1 second. Someone was truly far from dysfunctional. Someone was truly far from dysfunctional when it comes to the love department. You know, that same person they say at the end of the day, it's not your type. That same person they said at the end of the day ain't gonna work out. Whether you see in this person, but someone truly brought you peace. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because moments. It wasn't just a typical norm, but opposites attract. Who would have knew that? Hold on 1 second, true love will be strong. Someone truly showed you that action spoke louder than words, a healthy future. Who would have knew that someone truly pour into you, allow you to feel emotionally available because someone's trying to abuse you? Who would have knew at the end of the day, someone could truly be your equal? The energy is different. Finally, someone sees you, hears you, respects you. Someone wasn't trying to remind you of your past. That energy is different. It was far from a fumble. It was truly God's blessing because God was truly showing at the end of the day that the love of your life didn't have to hurt you. You know, you was on God's timing. You may not pray the same as the love of your life or folks around you, but you always know at the end of the day, someone could truly walk into to treat you right, not to hurt you with pain. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. You know, true love is not complicated. And when the right person walks into your life, they're not trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially. And I say that respectfully. You know, no mother or father or guardian should ever have their child stripped away from them due to jealousy, envy, or insecurity, or because someone wants to heck someone's life. Regardless if someone experienced domestic violence, hate crime, racism, gang stalking awareness, you put a name in your book. Or it was a relationship that didn't work out. It should be no reason why someone is trying to still control the narrative of someone's future when that chapter is done. How a mother and father should never have to pick up a phone and be lost in their own words because someone robbed them from their own child at the end of the day, because someone lacked self-control. Did it matter if someone lived in a single-family household or not? No. Because when a mother and father shows up, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even sick days, they wasn't doing it for likes and views of clout and fame. They wasn't doing it to be their child's friend. They allowed their child to know that they had a safe place. They allowed their child to know that they are loved and they're respected and they are worthy and they are somebody. And especially when a mother and father can sit down with their child and their child can actually take accountability for their actions when it comes to their past. And their future is actually being more brighter and more fruitful and more worthy of letting them see at the end of the day, they are worthy to continue to find a peace with them when it comes to faith. You know, individuals will be jealous or envious or insecure because someone decides to close a chapter in their life or someone decides to move on from that relationship, and how individuals will try to rob somebody of their life, try to rob them mentally, spiritually, financially. Regardless if you see someone with their parents or not, or whatever the case may be, or their guardian, it should be no reason why you should try to take the life of someone because you lack self-control, or you're sitting there trying to project a hate crime towards somebody to rob them mentally, spiritually, financially, or because you're willing to say at the end of the day, God is not real, or nobody's going to show up for someone's baby at the end of the day because nobody cares. How people have this type of mindset at the end of the day. Or because someone decided to change their life, or because someone sees someone with potential and they don't want someone to prosper in life. How this type of stuff actually happens, and it's not the norm. And I say that respectfully. No mother or father should be stripped away from their child because someone wants the energy harvest of someone's child's energy. Someone wants the destiny swipe of someone's child. Someone wants to make someone's child feel at the end of the day that they're abandoned, they're not loved, they're not respected, they're not wanted. Or because they're trying to control the narrative and paint a mother and father to be mentally unstable, paint a mother and father to be unfit parents, paint a mother and father to make them feel at the end of the day they're not even worried. They're not even worthy of praying for their own child. When a mother and father prays for their child, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even sick days. Someone that's a provider, a protector, a prayer warrior. Someone that shows up good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, regardless of the circumstances and regardless who's trying to bash their name. At the end of the day, regardless, they came from poverty and pain. They didn't get the proper love, but they know how to be a parent, and they wasn't doing it for likes and views, and they still not when they're still fighting for custody of their child today. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I post throughout the day on each platform, but I definitely go live on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless of praying to my downfall, who's threatening my life, or who's disrespecting me, or who has malicious intentions to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, continue to call your energy back. Protect your children, protect yourself, protect you and your family. You matter and you're worthy. My content is not for everyone. And stay out of trouble. Now, ever trade on me. It was more so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments call your energy back. When you fall from a hay, they would never understand that you was far from corny and whack. You understood that you was understanding I don't need negative energy. I understand take accountability for my actions when it comes to maturity. I'm loving myself to better myself. Hey, but trade though for me. Always be yourself. It's not a crime to call your energy back, let alone your power. Individuals will prey on you regardless if you have family around you or not, to make you feel at the end of the day that you're not worthy of your self-reflection. I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself when I say that respectfully. Individuals will do come to me spells, project magic, do hexes on your life at the end of the day. And you've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view going into adulthood. You're mad and you're worthy to the right community that's going to respect you and those intentions. We all don't pray the same regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, disability, or your age. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15. I'm not eating respect, and I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from ahead to stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you, far from ahead to stop the violence in the community. Always be yourself, and I say it respectfully. I don't push God on nobody. That's why I say my content is not for everyone. It's not. But when God sends the right people into your life, it was never competition, let alone a hesitation when it comes to respect. It was a two-way street. Folks didn't have to get physical. Let alone heck shit life when it comes to your vision. Faith. Hold on one second. God's faith, but that energy is different. It was far from trying to fumble you. They understood that, hold on one second, I'm very so much thankful, I'm comfortable. Allowing the door to open to accept the blessing at the end of the day. It was far from the devil. Hold on one second, because God was on the same page. When God sends the right people into your life, folks that don't respect you, treat you right. You ain't think that you was perfect, but you ain't trying to hurt nobody when it comes to better days ahead, fall from being stagnant. Hold on one second. So wasn't trying to pray on your downfall. Don't pretend. Someone actually sees you, hear you, respect you, acting a body weight, not the shoe size. Hold on one second. How someone could truly show you what elevation looks like, because they want you to maintain your smile. They want you to see that the grass is green on the other side, how God is truly fruitful at the end of the day, showing you that, hold on one second, whatever you plant, when it comes to healthy friendship, friendships, relationships, or whatever the case may be, it could truly blossom in the most healthiest way with folks on the same page with no malicious intentions. Because when the right people walk into your life, regardless of came from poverty or pain or not, they know how to respect you with no malicious intentions. No, ever trade off me. You know, when the right people for you, they not trying to hex your life, project spell work, do magic, do come to me spells. They not trying to do all that shit. No, for real, and they not gang stalking you, all that weird shit. No, ever trade off of me. You know, they see you, they hear you, they respect you, and they want you to become your best self version of yourself. That energy is different. My content is not for everyone. This type of stuff actually happens every single day. It may not be happening in your household when it comes to domestic violence, hate crime, racism, discrimination, or hate crime or discrimination or gang stalking, whatever the case may be. You put it in your book. My content is not for everyone. But when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one surely for you. You know, time. It was designed differently when someone truly walked into your world. Only was to hold on 1 second. They wasn't trying to kick you down low and discourage you. Change allow you to feel balanced. Hold on 1 second. Someone truly got you feeling, hold on 1 second, emotionally available. Someone being your equal when it comes to your pace. Who would have knew someone trying to bring confrontation in your life to truly love you? You know that fumble when it came to your past and living your reality today? Everybody's walk of life when it comes to someone, hold on 1 second, truly stepping for you the most healthiest way when it comes to your future. Got you believing, hope within faith. Very so much thankful that you took time and day to get to know yourself when it comes to elevation. Hold on 1 second, continue to prosper another day. Because when the right person walks into your life, they praying for not against you. That energy is different when it comes to motivation. Who would have knew that true lovers are going to hurt you? You know, because when the right people see you, hear you, respect you, they not praying against you. They praying for you. They don't look at you like competition. Even when days when you can't weather a storm, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Someone actually went to God to ask God to fix your crown and maintain your smile. Who would have knew at the end of the day the love of your life wasn't trying to kick you down? Someone truly knew how to be your peace. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments, that energy is different. Because when the right person walks into your life, they fall for pretending, let alone hating when it comes to truly loving you, when it comes to your thinking. They wasn't trying to strip you from your dream. They wasn't trying to strip you from you coming out your comfort zone. It was never no in between. Because when someone actually sees you, hears you, respects you, hold on 1 second, who would have knew that someone truly pour into you? Hold on 1 second, that cup is truly fruitful. You know, you gained a lover, best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. But who would have knew that time and day allowed you to feel, hold on 1 second, it's okay. Why time change? Not ever change though, because when the right person walked into your life, they wasn't doing it for likes and views or clouds into the fame. I'm Naya, Genuine Love Respect. It's 10:53 p.m. It says one person is watching right now, and it's 37 minutes and 46 seconds to this video, and it's currently February 12th, 2026. I would never hurt myself, regardless of praying to my downfall or threatening my life or disrespecting me, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, Genuine Love Respect, and loving yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. When the right person walks into your life, not only do they see you, hear you, respect you, but they actually show you at the end of the day, they're not here to take your kindness or weakness. And I say that respectfully, let alone short-change your mental when it comes to your growth. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Because when the right person walks into your life, they're not here to waste your time and day. No, ever straight of me. I gotta go. Always be yourself and no malicious intentions. Peace and respect, sir. Respect your neighbors. You better want it on them. You like God to go neighbor on them. You like stop the violence. You know, it's more so Monday. They would never understand how you truly step in when it came to Tuesday. That Wednesday motivation actually is different. Thursday was more than a choice. They would never understand Friday, how Saturday and Sunday allowed you to feel. Just because moments continue to call your energy back when they said that you was mentally unstable, when you was truly keeping it real. They try to shortchange your growth, but you understood the better yourself. They try to rob you when it come to hold on 1 second, projecting spirit towards you, all because you believed in how to pray to go within. You ain't have to worship the devil, but God was showing you why he was calling your energy back. Understanding your growth is different when it comes to maturing. Wasn't running from your reflection when it comes to your past. Understand you've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child, going into your adulthood. God was never for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. They would never understand how you truly stepping. You was far from hating. How chicks and dudes would monitor your every move, like monitoring spirits, trying to control the narrative, all because you understood how to be thankful for another day. They would never understand your soul was never for sale. Continue to love yourself, and I said it respectfully, because when the right people walk into your life, they fall from hating. No, ever change up. You always be yourself. I would never hurt myself, regardless who's praying to my downfall, or who's disrespecting me, or who's willing to blackmail me against me. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Today is currently February 12th, 2026, and we're 40 minutes into this video, and it's 10:55 p.m. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself. Gotta go, stop the violence. You know, when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. With my heavenly mother, my heavenly Father God, I do not worship the devil, and I do not. My soul is never for sale. No. And I work alone, and I am not AI. And I know how to give respect when it's due, and I know how to give flowers when it's due. And I say that respectfully. We may not pray the same, but I know how to respect my neighbor, regardless they disrespect me, have malicious intentions, or is praying to my downfall. And I say that respectfully, regardless they tax bracket. No, ever change up. Always be yourself and all that sentence. Peace and respect, some respect, so they brother Lord. Me like God, I go there, but they don't like stop the violence. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube. It's not a crime to call your energy back with no negative energy. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. Gotta go.